Hello, good afternoon. I hope you are. Hello, good afternoon. I hope you're well on this Holy Sabbath day. I am just going to be sharing a brief video on the body temple. Hello, good afternoon. I hope you are. Hello, good afternoon. I hope you're well on this Holy Sabbath day. I am just going to be sharing a brief video on the body temple. Hello, good afternoon. I hope you are. Hello, good afternoon. I hope you're well on this Holy Sabbath day. I am just going to be sharing a brief. The body temple was requested by some people who wanted to really know how the health message and the end time message is going to tie in with country living. So for this video, it's going to be highlighting the importance of understanding the body temple. This message is based on the book, which was written by Dr. Duane and Nancy McEndree, which is entitled The Body Temple. To begin with, I'll read the preface of the book. Through education. From age to age, the search for the tree of knowledge as the pursuit for riches and superiority has led men and women to seek higher education. Human ambition seeks for knowledge, degrees, and diplomas that will bring to them self-glory, self-exaltation, and supremacy. Self-exaltation always brings unhappiness and poor relationships with others. Satan has fully woven his dogmas, his false religion, his false theories, and social mores into the instructions given in worldly education. As they write this preface, they bring it to a point where we can understand what does this mean in terms of the health message. The eating of the life tree of knowledge of good and evil caused the ruination of our first parents. And the amalgamation of mingling good and evil is ruining men and women today. Modern education that concentrates the mind of the young upon hedonistic amenities, such as what we see today, which pushes for competition, has led the younger generation to believe this kingdom of earth is the kingdom there is. So based on what I just read, most people have asked the question, why the body temple? The Body Temple by Nancy L. McEndree, February 13, 2007. This temple of my body and soul is to be kept pure and whole, given to me by God to use, to guard and keep and never abuse. How do I care for my body, the body temple? In the book of Genesis is the perfect example. God has a plan for health and soul. Obedience to his word makes that your goal. Make that your goal, obedience to his word. I stand in awe before your throne. The aging body can only mourn. You alone, Lord, can make old new when we cooperate with you. Lord, I ask you to concentrate this body to you. I dedicate it. Accept this flesh of human hands. Eternal One, your temple stands. By Dr. Nancy L. McEndree, February 13, 2007. 1 Corinthians 3:16 says, know ye not that you are the temple of God and that the Spirit of God dwelleth in you. You have a choice, either God or Satan. Satan will dwell in your mind. God wants you to choose him. In the control of the view of the brain, from the Gray's Anatomy, the form of angel wings are apparent. God is in the throne room. So as you contemplate on how the body temple can connect us to God and how we can understand what we can do today to reach to a point where we can understand the relationship between the food we eat, the environment, and our health. So chapter 1 of the book, The Body Temple, highlights on a body thou hast prepared me. Genesis 1:26-27 reads, and God said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the flesh of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over the earth, and all over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. So God created man in his own image. In the image of God, him, male and female, created he them. Genesis 1:26-27. So God not only created mankind, but he gave us his owner's manual, the Holy Bible. He said, trust in the Lord with all thine heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct your path. Proverbs 3:5-6. God knows how the body functions. He is the creator. When we are living according to God's plan, our bodies function quite nicely. He is the creator. In the first 3 chapters of the Bible, we find the 10 health principles or laws. The 10 principles are: 1, godly trust; 2, open air; 3, daily exercises; 4, sunshine; 5, proper rest; 6, lots of water; 8, always temperate. That's all 7. 8, nutrition. 9, attitude of gratitude. 10, benevolence. So God's plan stands for the solution we need. God, G, open air, O, D, daily exercise, that's God. S, sunshine. P, proper rest. L, lots of water. A, always temperate. N, nutrition. Attitude of gratitude and benevolence. So as you continue to do your best, trying to figure out what is it that we need to do in order to understand the relationship between the body, our environment, and our health. So in the book, The Body Temple, the authors continue to write these words. When sickness comes, the very best place we can turn to is to the great physician and the manual he provided. We are told in God's manual that obedience to these health laws brings health. And he said, if thou wilt diligently hearken to the voice of the Lord thy God, and will do that which is right in his sight, and will give an ear to the commandments and keep all his statutes, I will put none of these diseases upon thee, which are brought upon the Egyptians, for I am the Lord that healeth thee. Exodus 15:26. Obedience. So disobedience, therefore, disobedience results in sickness and in sin. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I have commanded thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Deuteronomy 26, verse 15. The Lord shall make the pestilences cleave unto thee, until he has consumed thee from off the land, whither thou goest to possess it. Deuteronomy 28, verse 21. The Lord shall smite thee with the consumption, and with the fever, and with the inflammation, and with the extreme burning, and with all the sword, and with blasting, and with mildew, and thou shalt pursue thee until thou perish. Deuteronomy 28, verse 22. This is the beautiful part. He also gave us the lesser light, God, through the writings of Ellen G. White. Ellen G. White's Counsels on Health, page 38. So closely is health related to our happiness that we cannot have the latter without the former. A practical knowledge of the science of human life is necessary in order to glorify God in our bodies. It is therefore of the highest importance that among these studies selected for childhood, physiology should occupy the first place. However, few know anything about the structure of the body and its functions. So we are told here that the knowledge of physiology should be part of a childhood education. Therefore, the body temple. It is important that to understand that very few people understand the structure and the function of their bodies. So based on what is shared here, it is important that we understand the need to embrace the body temple. Therefore, in taking this a step further, we want to say this: the fact that most people don't know about the laws that govern their bodies. Many are drifting about without knowledge, like a ship at sea, without understanding that there is a campus or an anchor. What is more, that they are not interested to learn how to keep their bodies in healthy condition or prevent diseases. This was Ellen G. White's counsels. Thousands of books have been written on the subject of human anatomy and physiology. The great majority of these books have attempted to break down the human body into a long list of integral body parts. The body parts have long been given names. Some of these names are nearly impossible to even pronunciate or understand, and certainly impossible to remember. In the body temple, we shall approach the study of anatomy and physiology from an entirely different perspective that perhaps you have never comprehended or contemplated. We will take a look at the study of anatomy. Anatomy is the branch of science that deals with the structures of the body or organisms. The study of human anatomy is, of course, absolutely fundamental to the understanding of the human organism. We can better understand who we are when we understand what we are. So who we are is connected to what we are. And if we can better understand who we are and what we are, we can therefore further move to understand the physiology. And physiology is the study of the science of the function of the living organism and its components and chemical and physical processes involved. In other words, physiology is the study of the mental, the physical, the spiritual, bodily functions. So here is the kicker. Here is where the rubber meets the road, in that when we understand who we are and what we are in terms of anatomy, who is me in terms of my body parts, then what are my body parts? What do I have inside me? Then you understand how the function of this body is tied in to disease prevention and disease self-management. So therefore, it is important that in the study of the body temple, or in the study of disease prevention and disease self-management, we begin to understand the relationship between the food, the environment, and our health. So as you continue to make plans to join this series, which is going to be available and going live every Saturday between midday, 12 midday to 2 p.m. US Eastern Standard Time, and also UK time between 4 p.m. and 6 p.m. UK time. That means it's going to be between 6 p.m. and 8 p.m. South African time. So I am looking forward to you joining this live session so you can ask questions and we can begin to look at how can we better understand the relationship between the food we eat, our environment, and our health, the body temple, based on the book by Dr. Duane and Nancy McEndree. Thank you so much for joining.